Hey gang, Tony here. And here. I've got 2 cameras set up, and maybe this time it'll actually work. So guess what? I went to the yard sales. I did it. I went out on Friday. I went out today, it's Saturday, and I went to the flea market and went to yard sales. And I have to admit, my zeal for it has waned ever so slightly. So while we did go to the flea market and I definitely hit a bunch of yard sales, I also didn't go to every single yard sale I saw. I passed some of them. There were community sales where we drove around and kind of got a feel for what kind of houses they were and what kind of stuff the places had, and kind of just maybe looked from the car for a couple of them. We're let's keep going. I got a few things. I'm going to show you what I got. Nothing mind-blowing, but a couple cool things. I don't know. It gives me an excuse to do this. Act like an idiot. That's what this means. This is defined as act like an idiot. Oh, check it out. I'm going to see a little Luna action there. Little Luna action. She's so sneaky. And I'm back. This is kind of creepy, huh? A little creepy? It's okay. We'll get through it. I shot some video of myself driving around. I don't know, I guess if I'm going to use any of that video. Here it is. And yes, that means I have to edit. God damn it. Hey, look who it is. It's me! Again. It's 7:46 in the AM. I'm in my car once again. Yesterday was a bust. I won't say I gave it my best try, but I did drive around a little bit, and I saw no signs whatsoever. Basically just got my coffee and picked up some snacks for movie night and drove around a little bit, didn't find anything, so I headed home. Last night when I was at Mike's for movie night, he suggested we actually get up and hit the flea market. So that's where I'm headed now. I'm headed to my brother's, from which we will drive to our local flea market, which I haven't been to in I think close to 2 years now, because we didn't go at all last year, and the previous year we stopped going, I guess in we usually go through October, so not quite 2 years, a year and a half, I guess. It's a long time to not go to the flea market. I love the flea market. Turn. Got my fingers crossed. I don't really want to be buying a million things, but if I see something amazing or even slightly cool, I'll probably pick it up, and then we'll have a video on our hands. If not, then I'm filming all of this for nothing. So there was a missed opportunity yard sale back there. Them's the breaks, my friends. Them's the breaks. I mean, at this point, if there was anything worth buying, they probably snagged it yesterday on Friday. I'll throw back to myself in the, presumably back in my room. Bye-bye. The first thing I picked up was $1, and there were actually 3 of them, although my dad has the 3rd one at the moment. Well, he's gonna keep the 3rd one. They're little weenie whistles. The Oscar Mayer weenie whistle. Maybe over here. Weenie whistle. The little weenie whistle over here. And a little weenie whistle over there. I would do the whistle, but I haven't washed these, so I'm not gonna put my mouth on it. But if you're wondering, why I bought this, 100% Santa Claus. The movie The Santa Claus. Judge Reinhold's character always wanted a weenie whistle. That's what he gets at the end.
A weenie whistle.
Although these are newer, they look pretty new. And I don't believe they had the little car part on the bottom. But, for $1 for 3 of those little guys, I couldn't leave it behind. I thought that was pretty neat. Little weenie whistle. This next item is actually not from the flea market at all. This is placed near me. I won't give you the name because people might like try to do some sleuthing. But it's a liquidator's place that basically get like a bunch of crap from Amazon and other online stores that people return, I think. I'm not sure exactly how it works. But it's a liquidator place. And they do get food items. I could not buy this for $1. It's a container of autumn sprinkle fetty. If you take a look in there, there's like all kinds of autumnal colors, and there's like the little leaf candies and little, I don't know, candy balls and all kinds of stuff. That was $1, as you can see there. It is supposedly good until October of this year, October 15th of 2021. Although I've never heard of sprinkles expiring. I didn't know that. I mean, I guess everything expires eventually, but I could swear I have like containers of sprinkles in my place that I've been using for years. So they don't mold over or anything. I don't know. I mean, I just like this camera here because I can like look at it every once in a while and be like. These are the next items I got. Here, I think this camera may be better. They're like little monsters. Little dinosaur monsters. From China. That are perhaps, let's go over here now. They're perhaps from the 80s. I'm not really entirely sure. I actually just posted on a Facebook group to see if anyone could help me identify these. Under their neck it says China. You could kind of see that, I guess. Largely I got them because their faces remind me of those little monster finger puppets. I'm sure you guys know the ones. I talk about them. I have talked about them quite a bit. I'm struggling to get a good angle on these things for some reason. I don't know why. They look like those crazy finger puppets, only they have bodies. And I was like, yeah, I need those. They were $1 each. That brings us to the last thing. I told you it wasn't a crazy day of scores. The last thing is really a stack of things. So, strap in, I guess. I really only wanted two or three things. But the guy had a voice box that he was talking through, and I couldn't really understand him very well. So I gave him $2, which apparently bought all of them. I didn't realize that. And as I was walking away, he's like, you forgot half of your stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't want all of that. It is the McDonald's Discover the Rainforest Wonders Wild? Is that what that says? Wonders in the Wild activity book. So that is a interesting little tidbit from the 90s, 1991. Some interesting stuff in there. Tells you a little bit about the old rainforest there. That's when we were at our height of Let's Save the Rainforest. I think I own a piece of the rainforest from doing something through Rice Krispie trees. I'll have to show you that. So, a little activity book. Romper Room. Special, fun, coloring and activity book. I used to watch Romper Room when I was younger. So I had to grab that guy. That may have been one of the things that I was going to leave behind, but then only took because they made me. Mr. Messy has a party. A book to read in color. Big value. Super big value. Look at that big value. I can't believe how big that value is. Again, this one I probably would have left behind if it wasn't for the fact that I paid for them technically. So I took some of the better ones. We got a Rumpelstiltskin watercolor book. You might remember these as being the things that are like pre-populated with color, and then you just take a wet brush to it and it would kind of fill in the color. Then we have a Santa Claus is Coming to Town coloring book. That one was going to be left behind as well, but I'm cheap, I guess. Someone tells me I paid for something, I'm gonna take it. Ho ho ho. We have a giant coloring book, Batman Forever. That's a decent one. That I honestly I did not choose this one for whatever reason. I don't know why. I left it and then went back for it after the fact. This is what caught my eye. This is the thing that got me coming over. From 1989. Probably out of all these books so far, my favorite. Definitely the thing that I gravitated toward. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coloring book. Now we're talking, right? 1989. This has a little bit going on inside, but it's not so bad, to be honest. The first couple pages has like some haphazard coloring, and then after that, it really isn't that bad. Not so much colored in this one. Splinter. I'm just keeping them. I bought them for myself. You know, maybe get up Saturday morning, have myself a bowl of Monster Mash cereal when it comes out this Halloween. Watch a few cartoons. Color my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle coloring book. Will I actually do that? Probably not. But it's a nice idea. This last item is really the only thing, unless these are worth money, which, again, maybe, maybe not, but I just kind of bought them for myself. This I might actually sell. It is a Prima guide for Pokemon Red and Blue. Official Nintendo. With, was that Charizilla on the cover? I think I read that somewhere. The condition could be better. I mean, you can see there the spine has its issues. Some tears and tours. That's not a thing, but hey. Pretty good otherwise, though. You know, besides, I mean, it's obviously not mint condition. I would call it, if I'm going to sell this on eBay, I would be forced to call it acceptable, just so I don't get jammed up. The pages look good, though. It doesn't look like there's any missing pages or writing on the pages or anything like that. A little Prima guide action for the video games Red and Blue. On eBay, this seems to go for anywhere between like $40 to, at the very uppermost, like $70. That was everything. As I said, not the best day. This was my first outing this year. Are we going to keep doing this? I don't know. You know, my brother didn't buy anything today. We were mostly, you know, just out to have some fun, to hang out. We haven't done this in so long at this point that it felt like we had to. Someone had some Halloween die cuts that were promising, but he wanted $5 each. That's not how I roll, man. $5 for the stack, maybe. Really, no video games. I saw one sports Super Nintendo game. Mike and I were driving past a yard sale, and we were gonna just leave it behind, and we drove past, and he was like, "Was that a witch?" And I said, "I think it was." And he goes, "Do you want me to turn around?" And I said, "I do." We went back. It was a snowman. Wasn't a witch. I thought it was one of those Telco Motionette witches that I collect. Wasn't even close. It just looked like that from a distance. It is Saturday. I'm gonna watch some good horror movies, making pizza. It's pizza night. I hope you enjoyed. This was, you know, the first time I've done this in quite a while. What happened to my finger? I almost cut it off. I cook a lot. I was cutting. And luckily I do hold my fingers the correct way, like the claw, when I'm cutting. When the cutting board slipped, this is my fault. I should have put the wet towel underneath to hold it in place. I was in a rush. I was, you know, not doing things the right way. Cutting board slipped. Luckily I hold my fingers the correct way. I sliced a piece of my nail off, down to the nail bed, like a quarter of the nail, right at the tip. hurt like a bastard at first. It's fine, I didn't get any of my actual finger, it's the nail, and it exposed the nail bed, which is kind of, can hurt. Right now it's alright. It's starting to heal already. But imagine, like, if I wasn't cutting correctly and my fingers were like this on the cutting board, that little amount of nail would have been my fingertip gone. I don't know why I get a kick out of this shit. I'm really weird. Sorry for the gross story at the end of my yard sale video. I'm sure none of you wanted to hear that. Except you. You fucking weirdo. I'm gonna go. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Maybe I'll do this again next week. We'll see. I'll breathe deep of the night.